Okay, we're going to be working on some place value stuff today.
Yeah!
All right, so what I'd like you to do right now is I want you to count by tens. Can you do that for me?
10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150.
All right, great job. Now I want you to start at 4 and count up by tens.
14, 24, 34, 44, 54, 64, 74, 84, 94, 104, 114, 124, 134.
All right, very good. Start at 93 and count backward by tens.
83, 73, 63, 53, 43, 33, 23, 13, and 3.
Good. I want you to start at 176 and count backward by 10.
166, 156, 146, 136, 126, 116, 106, 196, 186, 176, 166, 156, 146, 136, 126, 116, and 6. I kept saying 100, didn't I?
You did say 100 a bunch. Would you like to try that again?
Yes.
Go ahead.
What number am I starting at?
Start at 176.
Okay. 166. 156. 130. 146. 136. 126. 116. 106. 96. 86.
All right, very good. Okay, I'm going to show you here. This is a bundle of sticks. In each bundle, how many do you think there are? Not a trick question.
10.
Yeah, there's 10. Count them just to make sure, though, would you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Okay. All the bundles here are the same. So what I want you to do right now is to get 40 sticks for me. Got them?
Yeah.
Okay. How'd you get that?
I grabbed 4 bundles because they each have 10, and 4 times 10 is 40.
Okay. All right. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to have these sticks here, and we're going to put some stuff under the felt here as we go through it, okay? So here's what we're going to do right now. We're going to start right there. How many do we have?
10.
Okay. So we have 10 under the cover, right? All right. Now, how many do we have all together?
13.
Okay. And now we are going to add this many right here. How many do we have all together?
No, 33.
Okay, and how do you know that?
Because 13 plus 20 is 33.
All right, so now how many do we have under here?
33.
33, okay. And how many do we now have all together?
37.
Okay. And how many do we now have all together?
40.
All right, very good. How many do we have under here?
40.
All right, and now how many do we have all together?
50.
Okay, very good. And we have this many more. How many do we have all together?
2.
Okay. And we have this many more. How many do we have all together?
72.
And how did you get that?
I just added all the numbers up.
Explain that to me. When you say you added all the numbers up.
Started at 10, and then I added on the next amount of sticks, and I kept adding
Okay,
to
so
my totals.
on the last one we had 52, and then we had 2 bundles there, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how did you get?
52 plus 20 is 72.
Okay, very good. All right, here's what we're going to do now. We're going to try that one more time. We're going to do it a little bit differently though, okay? So we are going to start, and now we are going to start with this many sticks. How many do we have?
4.
All right, so how many are there now?
4.
Okay, and we're going to add that. How many do we have?
14.
Okay, and now we are going to add this many more. How many do we have?
44.
Okay, and how'd you get that?
I added
Okay, now we had how many under here?
44. Oh, 14 and 40. I mean, 14 and 30 to get 44.
Okay, all right. Now we're going to add this many more. How many do we have?
40.
Okay. And now we're going to add this many more. How many do we have?
61.
Okay, and how'd you get that?
I added 44 plus 13 to get 61.
44 plus 13 got 61.
No. What was the number after we got 44?
We had 48.
Oh, 48 plus. What was that number? 48 plus 13. That was the number.
So how many do we have under here right now?
61.
We have 61 under here right now. Okay, and we're going to add this many more. How many do we have total?
85.
What'd you say?
85.
You need to speak up.
85.
Okay, and how did you get that?
Because I added 61 and 24 to get 85.
Okay. All right. Read that card, please.
63 plus 21.
Can you work out the answer to that problem?
84.
How'd you get that?
I added 63 and 21.
How did you add them?
I added the 10s first to get 80 because I knew you can't make a 10 with 3 and 1. So if you add the 10s first and you know you can't make another 10, you can do that. But if your 1s, like if it was like 9 and 2, then you would have a problem.
Okay, so can you explain to me what you did?
I added 2 and 6 to get 8, but I know it's in the 10, so I added the 0. And then I added the 4 to my 80 that I already had, and then I got 84.
Okay. Can you read this card, please?
38 plus 24.
And can you work that problem out?
$62.
Okay, and how'd you get that?
I added my 4 and my 8 to get 12. Then I knew I had to put the 2 at the bottom. Then I added the 1 to the 10 to the 50.
And how'd you get the 50?
60. I added 20 and 30.
Okay, is there another way you could have done that?
Yeah.
Explain.
You could have done 30 plus 20 plus 8 plus 4.
Okay. And that would have gotten you the same answer? Okay. All right.
Or there
Okay.
are 3 ways you could do.
All right.
You could have done 24 plus 38.
All right.
Commutative property.
Okay, so you could have flipped the numbers around. Okay. All right. Can you read that problem, please?
57 minus 34.
And can you work that out, please?
23.
How'd you get that?
I subtracted the 3 from the 5 to get the 2, and then I subtracted the 4 from the 7 to get 3.
Okay, so the 2, tell me what that means.
It's 20 because it was in the tens place.
Okay. So you took 3 from 5, or 30 from 50, and that got you,
20.
and then you did what else?
And then I subtracted the 4 from the 7 to get 3, and then I added 20 plus 3 to get 23.
Okay. Can you read that card, please?
43 minus 15.
Can you work that problem out? 38. Can you explain how?
Well, I subtracted. Well, I know you can't subtract 5 from 3, so I had to borrow from my 4 to make that a 3.
Okay.
Wait, did I say 38?
You did.
I meant to say 28.
Can you explain to me how you got 28?
Well, I just did the step, and then I subtracted, and then I got the 13.
Mm-hmm.
And then I subtracted the 3 from the 5 first. So you get 2. And 2 minus 10 is 8.
The 3 and the 5?
No, 13 and the 5.
Okay. Can you start over with your explanation, please? Because I'm a little bit confused.
Okay. Well, I know you can't take 5 from 3.
All right.
And so I borrowed from my 4 and made that a 30.
Mm-hmm.
And then I made 3 a 13. And then I subtracted the 3 from the 5 first to get 2. And then I subtracted the 2 from the 10 that was left and made that 8. And I subtracted the 1 from the 3 and then I got 20 because that was in the tens.
Okay, so then your answer was what?
28.
Was there a different way that you could have solved that?
Probably. I don't know how.
But you don't know how?
Yeah, because that's just the way I always have done it.
Always.
Because there's always more than one way to do everything.
Okay. All right, I'm going to ask you a couple more questions and we'll be wrapped up.
Okay.
Can you read this problem, please?
Yeah. Oh, 257 plus 30.
And what is the answer to that?
287.
And how'd you do that?
Well, there's a 0 and a 1, so you could kind of just ignore that except the fact that it's in the tens. So I kind of just ignored these two and kind of just added these two. Got 8, and then I just added these two back on. So I got 287.
Okay. So you just focused on the tens place for that one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. How about this one? Can you read it first?
342 plus 120. It's 462.
And how'd you do that?
Well, first I added these plus this.
Okay, when you say these plus this, you need to be a little clearer.
Okay. 100 plus 300 to get 400, and then I added 20 plus 40 to get 60, and then there's nothing in this except a 0, and so that doesn't really matter, so we just added the 2.
All right, very good. Can you read this problem, please?
672 plus 151.
Can you solve that?
Mm-hmm. Can I look at the card?
Sure. Can you leave it on the table, though, please? And put your knees down so that people can see you.
$800 23.
Okay, and how did you get that?
Well, I added the 1 and the 2 to get 3, and then I added the 5 and the 7,
Mm-hmm.
and that got me a new 10. Well, new 100 because we're already in the tens place. So in my head, I marked down the 1, and I added the 5 and the 5 from this, and I got the 2
Mm-hmm.
left over from the 7, and then I added the 100 that I got to this 100, and so that was 200 plus 600, and then I got 800, so I got my answer.
Okay, it's interesting though because you said 800, and then you paused,
Oh,
and then you gave the rest of the answer. So tell me about that.
I said 800 because I knew that for sure, but I was still working out the tens, but didn't want to forget that, so I said it out loud.
Okay. All right, last one. Can you read that, please?
304 minus 198.
Can you solve that?
106.
Okay, and how'd you get that?
Well, I can't take 8 from 4. And then I went to my neighbor, but no one was home.
Okay.
So I went to my other neighbor, and I put a 2. And then I took this and I put a 9.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took this and I put a 14. And 14
Okay.
minus 8 is 6. And 9 minus 9 is 0. And 1 minus 2 is 1.
1 minus 2 is 1.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Yep.
We're done.